Maybe the last player I can think of that kind of played two-way at that high level in the collegiate level. Where do you see Travis Hunter in the NFL, as a corner or a receiver?
I mean, personally, I think he can play both, and I haven't seen somebody have that ability to play that many snaps. And it's not like he's taking plays off. You watch him; he's 100% every play, and that's just phenomenal.
Right here, I mean, appreciate you, man.
You look at some of his picks. How athletic he is. He kills it as a receiver. Walks down dudes as a corner.
Odin's win. I
mean, it's just. I think he can play both personally, and he's an impressive dude to watch.
No doubt.
I think if people tell you can't, they're just haters.
So what is the hardest position battle for you in practice going up each day? Who's the guy that challenged you the most?
I go against Mozzie the majority of the time. He's a big, strong dude, smart guy. We definitely get after it for sure. He's definitely the biggest challenge, just because, we're battling day in, day out.
Man, that's great. That's great.
No doubt. Hey, we had to build the plane literally while I was in there. When the wind fell, it blew the cord out, and we had no audio. So you were just talking to each other, But we back on line, man. That's just what it is, man. You can you can plan the picnic, but you cannot predict the weather, right?
Okay, that's all right.
But we got the guy, man, Sam Williams. I'm telling you, phenomenal. I mean, this guy, all stars to you, bro. I appreciate you for coming in. And this is all brought to you by Cowboys Experience. Man, what's your thoughts on these type of events, bro?
I love them. I mean, it's a good time for me.
I put it right here.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. It's a good time for meet new people. I meet different people at every event. Made some new friends. I see some out in public.
Yeah.
We speak briefly and go about our day, but it's just good to build some connections,
No doubt, man. This is always great, man. I'm from Mississippi. I know you went to Ole Miss. I'm always rooting for my Mississippi boys, whether it's Mississippi State or Ole Miss. Tyrus Week, that's one of my Mississippi boys as well. So with that being said, I bumped into one of your friends. Her name Jasmine. You know her? She went to Ole Miss too.
Yeah, that's my sister.
Yes, your sister. Yeah. She was telling me all the great things about you, man. Ray, you got any questions for Sam?
Man, I can't wait till you get back, man. I know it's challenging probably for you to not be on the field, but I just want to say, keep your head up. You know what I'm saying? When you come back, you're gonna wreck them.
Turn that.
You're gonna get that bag too, and we can't wait to have you back on this defensive line. Which is kind of banged up right now, unfortunately. But you just gotta weather the storm, and come back, adversity and rise from that. So. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to is when everyone's able to get back collectively healthy. I think this defensive line, this team in general, is going to be a very dangerous team to deal with for many years to come.
No doubt, man. That's good stuff.
I appreciate you.
Sam, I know you about to go. Have you went head-to-head with Cooper yet?
I was going to ask you, too. Yeah.
Not yet. I didn't get a chance yet. You didn't get a chance to –
Unfortunately, he got hurt before, I started running with the big dogs. So, unfortunately, we didn't get to go against each other at all.
Yeah.
Most certainly.
I got hurt third day, man. I was sad.
Man.
I wish I could have got at least half of a practicing pass or something.
Yeah.
But, we're going I'm looking forward to next year.
Yeah. Most certainly, man.
So, let me get your opinion on that. Do you think they need to change the way the format is for training camp? And maybe the start of training camp or, getting people involved in pads earlier. What are your thoughts on that? Because we see a lot of these guys get these early training camp injuries and they're done for the year. What are y'all's thoughts on that, both of y'all collectively?
Well, my thoughts is I think the structure is right, especially with our bodies and how we use our bodies. It's just my case, it was a freak accident,
Right.
In any sports you can have this accident. In literally any sport, so I feel I feel comfortable with the schedule, But for me, I just like pads, so it's I'm wishing it.
Pad day.
So, I agree with it.
Yeah, I would kind of say I think the one big thing that you probably got to look at is how many joint practices you do, because people don't realize. That's a real game. We're going full speed. It's live tackle football. That wear and tear on your body. It's not like a normal practice. And when you have multiple, before you play those preseason games, it's a long season. We all know that. And when you have these joint practices that are games into preseason, there's a lot of wear and tear on your body. I don't think people think about. I think it's just that people think it's another practice, where it's really a game. I think that's the one area they probably need to look at, and just not necessarily eliminating, but just limiting the amount you can have.
No doubt, man. Hey, in the party, man, if there's some things that you guys are doing as far as community, charity, outreach, you go ahead and give it to the audience now. Either one, you guys can go first. Are you doing anything giving back? I know it's your rookie year, but are you doing anything in the community, or you want to get spotlight?
Yeah, so for Thanksgiving, the rookies, we're going to go out and serve meals. That's one of the big things. I try to, anytime we have an event like that, I'm trying to participate. I love getting down with the community, build that relationship. Like I said earlier, they support us so much.
Right.
So to be able to give back and support them is going to be huge.
No doubt, man. And Sam, you got anything you got going on, bro?
I do a football camp every year in the summer, right before they go back to school. Bring the young guys out to participate in some safe environment activities. So
right.
I mean, it'd be fun. I mean, it's pretty fun. I had one. The last year it got canceled because they was working on the field that I used. But other than that, and I do stuff with the Cowboys too, especially with kids. I always do. I love helping with the kids.
Most certainly, man. So if you guys need any help within that confines of that capacity, I'm Law Nation. I'm here for you guys, and as well as Ray.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate that.
Question real quick for you, all right? So they said y'all wearing the Navy uniforms tomorrow. What's your favorite Cowboy uniform combination?
Mine all white.
That all white with the white helmet too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the all white.
Yeah,
I will say the one tough part about the all white for the bigger guys. Sometimes it's a little bit tighter, so you look a little bit bigger. But I mean, it's a sleek look. You can't go wrong with the all white.
No doubt, man. Man, it's good for having you guys over. And Candace, the ladies, man, we done hogged the mic. Y'all ready to go? Y'all want to hear from the ladies over here? Yeah.
Let the ladies come here.
Let the ladies ask y'all something, man. Let the ladies ask y'all something, man. Go ahead. Here you go. They got a piece and everything. Where my piece at?
So, Sam, well, actually, I'm going to let you finish that. So I started having to fix a camera when you and I were talking about your transition from being this drafted rookie to the starting center. So since then, you've had some real challenges in your position. Did you anticipate, a lot of people talk about the gap between the NFL and college, and it's a new position for you. Did you anticipate that these challenges would be as big as they are, or are they a little bit easier for you than a lot of people think just watching?
I think, at the end of the day, it's football in the essence. Just the dudes are a little bit better. And I think the biggest thing when I came in was just, having that when that dude's right across your face and you got to snap the ball. That was the biggest challenge for me. Just making sure my snaps are right was the biggest thing for me. But, I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's football. And, obviously the competition's a lot better than it is in college. But it all really comes down to just the fundamentals. And if you play with the fundamentals, it don't matter who's out there. You're going to have a good day.
Fundamentals, I'm hearing that word a lot. Now, let me bring it over to Sam.
So
you need me to wait till
Can we get feedback on the pizza? How good is it?
So good.
So good.
So good. All right.
I thought y'all was just gonna ask him a few questions and me, but I got you now. Let's go.
I like to just have a group conversation. These conversations are fun. But I wanted to ask you, with the changes that we've been seeing on the defense in terms of who has what role due to injuries, do you think your fit on the current Cowboys defense would be a little bit different if you were active right now?
I don't know how to answer that because I was just learning the defense. So
Gotcha.
And then they didn't have any time to see me except during the spring training camp thing, OTAs.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was hard to tell. You can really. You practice different when you out of pass and when you in pass. So I feel like they didn't get a really good chance to see where they will have me on the defense.
Fair enough.
But you've had a good amount of time to kind of, I don't want to say watch from the sidelines, but being injured, you've had a kind of the time to look and assess. And when you are back, what role do you see yourself playing? Or what? I know there are other people in position.
If you could wave a magic wand.
Yes, yes. If you could wave a magic wand, what would be your strong points coming in?
I feel like I would want to be interchangeable like Micah. Sometimes Micah at DN, I'm at linebacker, and vice versa. Yeah, I could do it.
Okay, I'm going to let you finish that slice of pizza. Well,
Really?
we'll ask him a few questions.
Y'all want some?
Save me some. Save me some.
Off camera, please.
Did you have a
It
question
might
for
not-
Cooper before I go? No?
No. Oh, I thought you asked. I'm sorry. I thought
No,
if he
I
had
asked a question, so I was going to let you ask before I jumped in with another one, but I can go.
Go
if you want.
ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
So, okay, last game. There were some changes on the offensive line. As a center, because, like, you have to do a lot of communication for the rest of the line. Does that impact what you do at all, or is it just kind of business as usual?
It's just business as usual. You know, that's something that, you know, we practice. You know, we interchange dudes in practice to be able to get, you know, when a new guy comes in, we're comfortable because, you know, it's a challenge. You know, definitely if you play against, you know, next to somebody that's pretty new, you know, your fists are a little bit weird. But, you know, that's something we practice just for cases like this. When dudes get hurt, you know, we interchange guys, and it's business as usual. And so for a center, you know, it's pretty much the same. Obviously, you know, when you get a new dude, you kind of play things a little bit differently. But at the end of the day, business as usual.
I love it.
I know Jazz already asked you along the lines of these questions as far as the transition from college football to NFL football, but what would you say your biggest challenge has been at your position? Or what is sometimes the spotlight really is on you and like, oh, this happened. What has been your biggest challenge there?
I think the biggest challenge was just the whole ID part. You know, in college, you know, I was always, you know, listening to the center. And then once, obviously, I got here, you know, I was the one making the call. So that was something, you know, that I really struggled with there in the beginning. But, you know, once you get those reps, you continue to get reps, you get so much more comfortable. And people ask me all the time, like, you know, how do you feel now? And I tell people, you know, it's like second nature now. You know, I've had so much work at it, so much reps at it. You know, I go out there, I'm loud, I'm confident, you know, I make my calls. But, you know, when I first started center, that was definitely, you know, my challenge, you know, along with the snaps. But yeah, you know, the whole ID system was definitely the challenge that, you know, I finally am comfortable with. I overcame, but at the beginning it was definitely a struggle.
Now, I don't know if they asked you this already, but have you been keeping track of your dirt count? How's that going?
I have not. You know, I just, you know, do anything I can to get us a win, and, you know, that's the biggest part. You know, I'm sure somebody out there is keeping track, but
We've
you know,
got a few people watching, so
it.
somebody go through the film, get this man's dirt count, so we can keep track of that for the rest of the season. Now, this next one, and might be the last one. I don't know what's happening. I'll just keep going until someone tells me to stop. Like, literally, if you were to just get up and walk away, I would be like, all right, it's time for them to go. What
said he has to go
What
in a
new
little
hobbies or TV shows have you picked up during your time, like having a little bit of extra time? Anything
I watched
interesting?
the show SWAT,
SWAT.
on Netflix, and Blacklist.
Oh,
Okay.
Blacklist is so good. What season are you on?
Oh, I watched it already, but I just
Who's your favorite? Reddington?
Yeah.
Knew it. High five. High five.
That's OG.
What about you? You watch anything besides film?
You know, I've watched. I mean, can't go wrong with the Blacklist. You know, I think personally, you know, it kind of got a little strange there later in the seasons, but
Really strange.
I'm a big fan of Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. If you haven't seen that, that's a good one. And you know, my go-to if I ever get bored, Trailer Park Boys. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's one of those shows that are it's so stupid that it's funny, and I love those kind of things. So you know, that's my go-to is Trailer Park Boys.
Okay.
Well, clearly Sam loves pizza. What's your favorite food? What's your game day go-to food, both of you? Like, we have to, and I see you walking on the plane, you guys, sometimes with certain foods, but what is, like, if you can have it before game time, what do you want? Like, what's your craving?
I don't know. I'm a big Jimmy John's fan.
Okay, so also pizza.
I don't know if it's healthy, but like
It doesn't have to be healthy.
before a game, if what I want or what I
What you
get.
want.
Oh, what I
you
want is a bone-in ribeye from D. Lincoln.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
You're fancy.
with crab cakes and some lobster mac and cheese with the buffalo shrimp.
You have good
So
taste.
you want the full,
Jumbo,
yeah.
yeah.
Fancy
High-
man.
high
If I
protein.
could get what I want,
Fancy
it would be
man.
there
That's
for
high
me.
protein and a good flavor combo.
Yeah.
I'm
Man.
here for it.
Ooh.
You have really good taste.
And I've
I'm
eaten
proud of
nothing
you.
today, so thank
Yeah,
you for
this
the full
pizza ain't
layout.
doing it now.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate
Absolutely.
y'all
Thank
sitting
you
with us and
guys.
having a chat. And if you're watching, I will recap what I talked to BB about at the beginning. I know y'all couldn't hear it, but I'll recap it another time. So
Thank you guys so
Appreciate it.
much. It
Thank
was
you
nice
guys.
meeting you. Thank y'all for stopping by to talk
Yeah,
to us.
absolutely, absolutely.
Huh?
You said you'll recap it. I'm just letting them know you're gonna recap it.
Oh. I was like, what? I'm recapping what? Thank you, Sam. Good seeing you.
You just see my brothers.
Are you leaving that for us?
Not all of it, because it's only 4 pieces.
Oh.
So you get a piece.
Well, we got one more person we're talking to, so I can't eat it yet. But we're going to get this done real quick because everybody is packing up. You can have a seat. All right. Thank you for making a little bit of time.
And one more person. Oh, somebody going.
Sam, do you want to take it
here
with
we go.
you? You can finish it if you
Here
want.
you go. Take a picture of them. Here we go.
Good seeing you, JT. How are
Yeah, here
you?
we go.
I can't complain.
What do you
JT.
normally do on Saturdays when you don't have to do stuff like this?
Get body work and chill. Get off my feet.
I think that's a good plan.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
that what you're doing after
Okay,
this?
Oh yeah, definitely. As soon
Okay,
as I
take it.
leave.
You're definitely going to need that. Okay, I guess it's me and you talking. So, read any good books lately? I know we talked about what you read during the off season. Do you have time to do that kind of work during the season, like the mindset work, or is it pretty much like recapping what you've done?
Yeah, I do some mindset work, but never anything to the extent of reading a book, just because of how much I do have to be at the facility and have to put into what I'm doing right now. But obviously, watch motivational videos, talk to people, and kind of just find different niches that I can find to strengthen my mindset or motivate me in a certain way. So obviously do that.
Now, here's what I wanted to ask you, which might relate to that and maybe not. But, you've had quite a trajectory coming in the way that you did and having to really earn your spot and your reputation. So if you had to talk to someone else who came into the league the way you did and had to put in a good amount of work in order to achieve their potential, what advice would you give them? And I don't mean the generic stuff like just keep working, you'll get there. I mean, like, is there anything that you did that you didn't think would be so important that you were like, wow, that really made a big difference, and I think someone else needs to hear this?
I got a couple things. After my rookie year, I went back home to South. Obviously, from there, went to the Senior Bowl. And I think just getting back in that setting where, I was that dude for 4 years. Everybody loved me down there. Obviously, everybody was, it was different because when I got down there, everybody was happy to see me. Everybody was talking about the league, whether, I did what the expectations were or not. Obviously, I had an impact on people's lives down there. And so it reminded me, who I really was. And then second thing, obviously, keep faith in God, which is first. But keep faith in God, keep working, man.
Powerful words right there.
Like I said, he put you in this platform, on this platform for a reason. He gave you the talent and ability for a reason. So you can do anything that you put your mind to, truly. And so that, and then obviously, like I said, just leaning, the third thing was big, was just leaning on the guys that are around me with Dak and obviously B. Cooks, MG, CD, those guys. They've been successful in the league for a long time. Obviously came in from small school, kind of innocent, second person ever drafted. So I was innocent when I came in, and so to be able to learn the politics of the league, how to take care of your body, how to eat right, the work ethic part of it, not that I didn't have it, but just how to fine-tune every part of it. All of that just played part into me just continuing to get better. And like I tell people all the time, like, I'm not even sure where my ceiling is. I didn't start playing football till late. I'm still learning it every single day. Like, I learned something new today. I learned something new tomorrow in the game, and just keep building on it. And like I say, I'm just looking forward to taking it where it can go.
Let me ask you this.
Wonderful answer.
You, because I hear the announcers all the time say that your father is a coach.
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be pretty much two things in the household, the coach and your dad. So which one do you fear the most?
Definitely my dad. He's on me tough, but he made me the dude, the man I am today. And he coached while I was growing up, and then once I actually did start playing football, 11th grade of high school, he stopped coaching so he could come to my games and coaching. Like,
did he shy you away from football?
No,
since you
he
started
always wanted me to play, but I was just a big baseball player, and so I was just, in love with baseball. I kept playing. Obviously, had the opportunity to get drafted out of high school for that. Went to college to play both sports, and then ended up just choosing football the second time around. But every single day, asked me about football, and I was like, nah, I want to go hit this baseball. I want to gotta hit this fastball, So, but no, he, like I say, that's probably my number one supporter with my mother, and he's with me, wrong or right. Teaches me still to this day, talks to me about any and everything about football that I can learn.
So I used to play softball, so I can relate to the love of baseball and softball are not exactly the same, but essentially they are. What skills would you say are transferable from baseball that you've taken into the NFL with you?
Honestly, ball tracking. I think that's how I can. I think that's a strength of mine, is just being able to attack the ball in the air, and I think that comes from me being in the outfield and having to read the ball off the bat. You take a step up and the ball going over your head.
Right.
You got to be able to, see the trajectory of it, and then honestly, I say too the quick mindset that you have to have. I took that from obviously in baseball. You might get 2 at bats a game, you might get 4.
Yeah.
You strike out both of them. You got to come back the next day and be ready to play. You can't think about what happened yesterday.
Short-term memory.
Yeah,
just like what happened last week. There was a short-term memory. You know what I mean? But you had to get back out there to catch the game-winning catch.
No, for sure.
Is this your coming out situation of being one of those star-studded players? Because I'm looking at the chat. They putting you Larry Fitzgerald vibes, man.
Wow.
That's high. That's high. That's John Legend high, man. Who are the players that you look up to outside of the ones that's on this team, like the CeeDee Lambs, etc.? Who are the guys?
I definitely have to say Julio. I was a big Julio fan. He's from Foley, Alabama. That's not too far. My dad coached against him, and I actually got to watch him in high school.
Okay.
And like I say, I kind of, once I started playing, that was a guy that I really,
I can see that.
watched, just how he attacks the ball, strong hands. Obviously, you got to love Larry Fitzgerald, like they said. That's just a reliable, consistent guy that, brings it every single day. And obviously, like I say, I'm with B. Cooks, but I got to mention it, man. Like I say, I learn from him every day. He took me under his wing, work with him, work off of him. And so he challenges me to be the best version of myself every day, whether he's with the team right now or in the facility, whatever it is. Like I said, that's a guy that, brings the best out of me and sees what I'm capable of. And for a guy like that to be able to be around people and, play at a high level for so long, for him to see that in me, that brings confidence to me because, he's not just saying that for a reason. He's been around the game for a long time, and he's seen a lot. So I'm going to keep working to get to where I need to go.
I love that. It seems like, I can tell you have a really great head on your shoulders with also, you seem really humble, but also knowing that you're that guy and what you're capable of. I love the fact that you're taking advantage of those leaders or those who have been in the league around you and just kind of all taking that in and learning from it. Who would you say, well, you've already said Julio Jones. How do you feel about the end zone dance? Do you do any of those? Do you plan on incorporating any Julio? You weren't expecting to go there. Are you planning on incorporating any of that in your
I got me a couple dances in my mind.
Favorite dance? What's your go-to dance? Or
I'm gonna just pop one.
No, he can't spoil it.
I'm gonna pop one out for you. But I got a couple ideas, and obviously, the touchdowns that I've had so far this year weren't really moments to kind of do that. So I got some. I got some for you.
Can't wait to see that.
Well, personally, I want to say thank you because I have you in my starting lineup of my fantasy team. So I greatly appreciate you. You got me the dub this week, and I needed that. But no, it was great seeing you, be the unsung hero of the game, bringing it home for us. Even after that hour-and-a-half delay starting the game, how does that affect y'all mentally and, trying to stay loose and ready when you have such a delay like that?
Honestly, man, it's easier than you think it is just because we work hard all week for those moments, and so we are in a delay. That's the time for us to kind of reset. Maybe relook at the play calls, maybe rewatch some film. I know CD was laying on the ground right next to me watching point of attack DB tape. So being able to reset and kind of just go back over that, and obviously we're gonna re-warm up. So go back out and re-warm up. I think that's one of the perks of being a pro and being a professional is that you can flip that switch and hey, it's time to roll now, let's get it, or whatever it is. So it wasn't really as bad as it probably was on the outside, but we were ready. We were ready.
Now, you're getting a lot of love in the chat. There was a time, though, where that love was not so abundant. However, I follow quite a few people who love to talk about the fact that they believed in you ever since you were drafted, and they've been waiting for you to kind of have a moment like what you had in this last game. Does that kind of support and belief, does it stand out to you? Does it mean something to you? And is there anything that you want to say to those supporters who like to talk about your development as an athlete in that way?
I mean, all I can say is thank you. I appreciate y'all, sticking with me, being there from day one. I got a lot more coming, so I appreciate it. Looking forward to continuing to make y'all happy. Obviously make my teammates happy, obviously God as well. And so like I said, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the love and support. We're going to keep it going.
Real quick two-part question. I asked this to Cooper and Sam Williams. They saying tomorrow y'all wearing the Navies. What's your favorite uniform combination y'all got?
I don't know. The Navy's cold-blooded. I like the Navies.
Yeah, that's my favorite, personally.
Yeah, I like the Navies.
Cooper said, I think Sam said the all-whites. That was his
all
favorite.
All-white's fine, too.
Cooper did not like the all-white.
He does not like the all-white.
I like the Navy, though. The Navy cold-blooded.
And the follow-up on that, I don't know if you ever answered this anywhere else. Last year you were 18. You switched to number 1. Why'd you switch from 18 to 1? Was there just a significance behind it, or you just think 1 is cold?
Nah, I kind of got a two-part to that. Obviously, I was a single digit in college, and when I first got here, obviously 1 wasn't open. So they told me once 1 came open that they'd give it to me. And so I actually at first didn't want 1. I wanted 2, or obviously couldn't get 8, but wanted 2 because I wore 2 a little bit in college as well. And when 1 came open, something just kept telling me, take 1, just because, having those small moments to be able to look down at my chest and remind myself, be one of one, be 1% better today. You're here for a reason, challenge yourself to be the one. And so why not me, have that mindset where it's why not me to make that last touchdown catch? Why not me to go out here, change the game? So something kept telling me to get that 1. And like I said, I'm not turning back with it. I love it.
Man,
so building off of the momentum from being the unsung hero of last game, how do you go into the next game preparing and building off of that, but also not just thinking too far ahead? How do you prepare for that next moment and getting that next opportunity?
Honestly, I think it's easy, at least for me, just because the same way that I made that play, this week it might not be that way if I don't work for it. And so obviously last week was last week and it's over. So this week is new challenges, new things right in front of me that I have to, go out and attack and go get. So, go into practice with that neutral mindset. Obviously last week was last week, proud of last week, but now I got to go be proud of this week. And
build
so,
off of that, yeah.
Just find a way to be consistent. I always tell myself, I write little notes in my notebook, double down or consistency, times 3, whatever it is. Even at training camp, I have 2-3 good practices in a row. That 4th one may be good, right, times 4. If it's not, reset, refocus, kind of stay rooted in where I'm at and, start up another streak. So, like I said, obviously off of last week, on to this week, just, looking forward to going out with the opportunities I'm given and go make plays.
I love that. It seems like you're never really complacent, which is a good place to be, especially as a ball player in this position for this team. And just having those mental notes, always do better, always try to push yourself. So I really love that.
No, yeah, for sure. The same way you got it, the same way it can be taken, man.
For sure.
Yes.
It can't get too high, get too low.
I know your time is valuable, so we're probably going to wrap up here in just a second, but you heard the expression iron sharpens iron, right?
Yep.
Going up in practice against Deron Bland, Diggs, and we saw the dog. Everybody's seeing the dog now in J. Lou. I know a lot of people have been seeing it before, but now he really got highlighted after this game. What is it like going up against those guys, especially, Jordan Lewis, that toughness? From years prior, we saw him getting into it with Dez. He didn't care. He's like, I'm not going to back down. So what is that? How does that help you when you have a mentality with a player like that you're going against every day in practice?
Honestly, like you just said, you got to challenge yourself to show up every play. You can't take a play off. Whether I'm going to the slot, that's J. Lou's lane. In the slot. So you go down there in his lane, you got to be ready. And then you go outside, you got DB, you got Diggs. Even last year with Gilly, a smart player. Hall of Famer. So, going against him every day, and, you can't run a route the same way every time because Gilly's going to pick it, he's going to sit on it. And so just being able to learn, like I say, you go out there, you learn every single day, And then those guys, the good thing about all of those guys you just named is that they're selfless. So, I can go talk to them after a play and be like, hey, what did you see? What triggered you to sit on my route? What triggered you to not sit on this route? Just kind of figure out what I did. And, they're all there to help you and help themselves. And they obviously will take feedback as well. Like, hey, I stemmed you this way just so I could do this or whatever. And so having teammates like that is special. And like I say, love going against those guys every single day. And they've also helped, sharpen me to be the player that I am today.
I have one more question. Is it okay if I ask you about one of your teammates?
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure it's okay because you mentioned CeeDee Lamb a second ago and how he's one of the people who's helped you develop into the receiver that you're becoming. But he's gotten a lot of press that kind of paints him in a kind of weird light. So I was wondering, if you if you had to describe CeeDee Lamb in one sentence, how would you describe the real CeeDee Lamb?
It's a lot of words you could use for CD, man, but and they're all positive. That's the thing. It's like all this negative feed that you see on it, or people talk about. CD is awesome. He's probably one of the most humble people that I've been around. If I need something body work wise, hey, I'm going to his house. He invites me to come to his house. It's the little things that people don't see. Whether it's, hey, like I'm about to go get extra work this week. I'm going out, and obviously we don't record everything we do.
Right.
It's not for everybody. It's for us, and it's for us to get better. And so having a teammate like that, with also that carries itself with the aura that CD does, it's special. And like I said, we as a wide receiver room learn from him every single day. And the talks that we have in the room, between the room, on the field, like I say, people will never know that. They just see what they want to see and kind of hear what they want to hear. But CD is awesome. Like I say, a hell of a teammate. Love working beside him, with him, and off him. He challenges me to be, the best receiver, best player that I can be too, every time I step out on the field.
I will say the few times that I've talked to him about the wide receiver room as a whole, well, the first time at least, I was really surprised. Not that I didn't expect it from him, but the extent to which he showed a lot of love for you guys. Like, he really, really wants the best for you guys. And I think that's the part that a lot of people don't see. Yeah. Like, he loves y'all to death. He really does. So I appreciate you for mentioning that. Do we have anything else, or do we want to get him out of here before this tent falls off? It's not going to fall, y'all. It's weighted down. It's weighted down. I'm joking.
No, you guys are going to get some great receivers. Amon-Ra St. Brown, specifically.
They're great receivers. Excuse you.
They're great receivers. Go ahead. Wait, real quick. How much time do you have left?
We don't hold man here. You gotta get ready. You gotta get ready for tomorrow, man. We can't have him here all day though. But no, what do you think about some of those receivers they have over there in Detroit?
They're special playmakers. Obviously, with 14, he's a crazy playmaker. Every time you get the ball in his hands, and J-Mo, man, you gotta watch him. He's smoky, so he can get out on you at any time. But like I said, I think games like that always, even in college, they challenge you to try to be the best wide receiver group on the field. And so that's the mentality that we're going to go onto the field with. And, everybody talks about them. We want everybody to talk about us by the time of the game is over. So just how that mentality, like I said, they're great players, but we're gonna challenge them.
I love it.
Last question. Who is your favorite person to go up against at practice?
I was going to ask that earlier.
Without any bias, I'm sure he loves getting those reps in, as you mentioned earlier, with all of your players. But who is someone you're like, I absolutely have to get these reps in with him?
Diggs. I love Diggs, man, because one thing about it, he gonna play you how he should, and then he gonna come out there and do something that he's not supposed to be doing, and you're gonna be like, what are you doing? Like, and just the way he carries himself as well. The aura that he has, the swag he has while he plays. The way he runs his mouth. It brings the best out of you. So I love going against 7, man. It's good to have him back out there with us.
And you need that, because I imagine you're going up against all type of players all of the time. So you have to be ready physically and mentally. So if you've never faced any of that, you wouldn't know how to go into a game and go against it.
I got to tell you, a matchup I'm really looking forward to is Amon-Ra St. Brown versus J. Lou. Because we all saw that viral clip. He's like, yeah, man. He said, such and such on the Cowboys. We're talking mad junk. He's like, I can't wait to see them match up again.
I love J. Lou, though. I love J. Lou with it.
A lot of the defensive players said that his attitude is becoming a little bit contagious among other members of the defense. Is there anybody on the offensive side of the ball that you feel like that's kind of happening with?
Honestly, Dak, man. I don't think he gets enough credit for what he does for us. Special leader, special quarterback, special person. And so for him to, be as caring as he is off the field and then be as caring as he is on the field is special. And he brings the best out of everybody, not only on the offensive side of the ball, but defensive and special teams. So having a guy like that, gets in the huddle, and if he doesn't feel the vibe is right, or, the speed is right at practice or walk through, he's doing this, come on, let's get it, bringing people along. So having a guy like that obviously is leading your team, you got to follow the lead. You got to.
And I see that a lot, and hear that a lot of the players say that Dak is a big leader, and I know that's important for the quarterback. But for you as a wide receiver, how important is it to have like a leader as Dak, and what is something that he does that just really pushes you if you're in a down spot in a game?
Honestly, man, he just, we do our handshake, and it kind of, like I said, resets me every time before the game starts. We do it. I go up to him after the national anthem because he was there, my rookie year. Like I told her, he bought me a book. Relentless by Tim Grover. I read it and annotated in it and, took notes and just had little things. He was like, I want you to read this. And there's little things that, correlated to my situation at the time that I could highlight or, work off of to kind of just, challenge myself to get from where I was mentally and just, challenge myself to go back to the guy that I was. And having Dak out there, obviously as a quarterback, but also as a big brother and as a mentor, is special. And like I tell him all the time, like I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, big bro. I got you. I appreciate you standing up on the table for me. Appreciate you trusting me, and like I'm gonna do whatever you need me to do, be wherever you need me to be. And so, like I said, I'm just continuing to build that relationship, chemistry, brotherhood with him, and it's special playing with him.
Good job, and we see that on the field. It's transferring. Like when we know it's behind the scenes, it's a lot of work, but when we see it on the field too, it's like, okay, this is what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I really like your story just because I feel like there are so many people who, the society in general, we tend to focus on like the instant stars, right? And there are so many people who do have to work at what they do, and it does take a little bit of time, or their path might not go the way that they planned it. And I feel like it's so important to have people who can inspire those people to say like, hey, if you are diligent, if you are willing to keep working and keep learning and surround yourself with the right people, like things can actually change. Like you can improve your station. So
no, definitely.
I really appreciate how responsible you've been with your energy.
I appreciate it. Like I said, I try to help anybody and everybody I can. Obviously, like I said, I talk to Flo every single day, man. I just told him today, like, keep working, man. Like, it's gonna pay off for you. Like, I see what people saw in me. Like, that's a guy that works hard, comes every single day, works hard. May have struggled at first, but he's coming into his own every single day. He does something at practice that just opens your eyes even bigger. And like I said, I look forward to him getting his opportunities as well. So just whatever I can do to help people not kind of go through what I went through, I got them. So like I said, whether this is these guys in college, when I go back to South Alabama, I tell them what I wish I was told and what I was told once I got here, and maybe just help them out, help their path out a little bit. But it's always a blessing to be a blessing. So you gotta do what I gotta do.
Well, we thank you for your time. I know you gotta get ready for the game. Get prepped for that.
Get ready for this W.
Get ready for hit that dub. We gonna eat a dub. We gonna eat a dub. Not really.
Please.
One last thing for real. What we saying we got here?
Oh gosh, Ray.
You see, it's Texas OU, all right?
Uh-huh.
And it's the big thing here in Texas, all right?
Oh wow.
For your school, what was y'all big rivalry?
Troy. They play them on Tuesday, so
okay.
Yeah.
Go get this win, and I'm gonna go check them out.
Okay.
Awesome, man. Again, thank you for your time.
Of course, appreciate you,
man. Go get that dub.
I got you.
All right. Well, thank y'all so much. This has been the Cowboys Experience on Law Nation's channel. Who we got here? We got Jazz. We've got Candy. We got Jalen Tober just hopped in. You said what?
We've had so many yesterday.
Lean in. All right.
Good seeing you.
Good.
Oh, sorry. We'll get on the same page with that eventually.
Right. Well, I guess we're going to wrap this thing up. I don't know the word law. There you go. Finally.
Law's not going to miss his final thoughts, his final word.
They're going to do that, so I ain't going to do it.
Got to get that handshake in with JT, and he'll be over. Well, while we're waiting on him, what are they doing?
I don't know.
What's your final thoughts?
This has been a great day. You don't see too many content creators could be able to have players like this on their show like that. So, this is a blessing, I say, for us to be able to sit down. Shout out to Law, shout out to you, Candy, everybody out here at Cowboys Experience. It's a great day, man.
This has been a great show.
UT
and I got to give a shout out
right
to
now.
Yes. I got to give a shout out to Law, though, because, if you're watching, I don't know if you know this, but none of this is, really planned ahead of time. People don't have time slots. Law literally shows up, sets up, and he starts telling people, hey, go grab this person, go grab that person, and they come in and out. And Law just kind of helps us all, figure it out, be in and out, on the mic, off the mic.
It's on the fly, real on the fly.
Let's do a proper close out on this one.
So definitely shout out to Law for orchestrating all that, but also shout out to us for keeping it going.
Oh, y'all giving me flowers, man. Flowers.
I'm giving you your flowers.
We're going to close on out, man. We the four horsemen over here. We did a great job, man. This is all on the beginning. I think that shout out to Cowboys Experience for this wonderful opportunity.
This was a great event.
Next time, I believe we're going to have Rico.
Rico.
That's what you
man,
said
I can't wait to talk to him.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, he was going to be here this time, but we was like, hey, we had no room for you, man. We get you on the next rep. So it's always good, man, talking to these players and they're family members. They reach out to us, so, and they love what we do for the community. and I'm glad to give them an opportunity to do things of giving back as well. Look at all of the kids. Y'all can't see them, but JT is over there with the kids.
JT love the kids, y'all.
Yeah, he loves the kids.
That just surrounded.
They say, love the kids.
And they're so patient and respectful. They've just been like, can I get an autograph?
Yeah. We were blessed. Our Michael Parsons' rookie year, he was here in these same seats. But it's how it goes.
Man, shout out Barry, too, for the Cowboys experience, man.
Cowboys experience.
Barry Griffith, man, that's a guy who puts all these events together.
In closing, final words is what I normally say on Tuesday night with Boss Cowboy Sports, but let's say it right here. Final words starting with the lady on the far right.
So I'm looking for the Cowboys to kind of go in and establish a clear run game. Establish a clear run game. I know we've gotten Rico Dowdle in there, but if we're going to have him, I want him to come in. I want him to come in strong, and I want to see what we really can do as far as the run game. I know CD has been getting a little locked up, but we have Jalen Tolbert, him, Ferguson. I want to see them utilize all of the options that we have on offense and really get something going, because I don't believe it's a lack of talent. Cam Newton said earlier in the week, everyone's acting like the Cowboys have just been playing trash, like Dak has been playing trash. That is the truth. We just have not been utilizing the skills that our players have, and I just really want that to be on the forefront of this game, and I do want, of course, a Cowboys win.
No doubt.
It's not going to be easy, but.
What you got for score?
Score?
That's a hot seat.
35-28.
Jesus.
I
like it.
It's gonna be a back and forth. It's gonna be a tough game, but I think we'll pull through.
Jazz, what you got?
I feel like Jalen Tolbert blessed us with a word in a way, with everything that he said about the hard work that he's put in and the importance of surrounding himself with loved ones who take his mind off the criticism. And I love knowing that attitude is going throughout the locker room right now. And it's one of the reasons why I think the Cowboys are going to surprise us. Because they've had to deal with a lot of criticism, a lot of people saying what they think they're capable of.
Exactly.
And you've seen people on both sides of the ball basically say, we're not worried about what y'all think we can do. We've got guys who are going to step up. We've got guys who are willing to play different roles. We've got guys who are willing to learn and evolve every single week if they have to help this team look better and better as the season goes on. So, like I said earlier, I think they're going to take advantage of this Lions man coverage. I think we're going to continue to see developments in the run game, and I think that the defense is definitely going to have learned lessons about how to handle an offense that has a lot of motion and a lot of disguises like that. So I'm going to say 42-35 Cowboys.
Love it.
I don't do predictions, so I be saying outrageous predictions on purpose. So, yes, I know that's wild, but since y'all be wanting predictions, that's mine. 42-35 Cowboys.
Come on with it. And Ray, what you got, bro?
I'm going to say this real fast because I'm kind of late to some other event I'm supposed to be at. But
and you're on camera doing it.
Yeah. We still them boys.
We
First
the
of all,
boys.
we still them boys. Cowboys get the dub. Things I'm looking for is just establishing a run. Okay. Also making Jared Goff uncomfortable.
Yes.
When you make him uncomfortable, I think these DBs can have some success if he throws errant passes or blows a read. Being able to make Jared Goff uncomfortable and be able to somewhat keep some of these receivers in check. You got some great receivers you're playing there. Like I said, I want to see J. Lou versus Amon-Ra again, since that viral clip that he was talking about in the offseason. So, my final score, Cowboys 28, Lions 24.
Wow, you took my 28. My final score, I'm going right to it. Cowboys victorious in this game, 28-24.
There we go. I like that.
Cowboys.
I'm going to just say real quick, hi, Jessica, hi, JV, and other people who said hi to me in the chat. Sorry, I didn't see everybody, but love you guys. Thanks for watching.
And if y'all send any support, man, we appreciate y'all. If we didn't get a chance to read it or see it, charge it to my beard, not my heart. Let's continue to grind and shine. Let's get on out of here, baby. The wind is trying to take. The wind is telling us it's time to go. Come on with it. Oh, crap. The wind. The wind. To the window.